As usual, welcome back to the big board. Had a great little break, a little surprise interruption to my weekend and the Columbus Day Indigenous Peoples, guess who was here first day, weekend. And we had a big celebration, so I had to forego playing the tactical combat system, Goose Green, and Blade and Bow, and just be entertained by people and had a great time. So here we are, fast forward to, where are we? Friday today, Friday afternoon, and we're getting back into the swing of things. And I'm just looking at all my notes that I made about the gameplay up to now. That's the beginning, or actually it's not the beginning. It's the beginning of the action phase, the 0900 turn. And we'll sort of recap from 8 a.m. through to now, just to kind of level set so we all know what's going on and what happened. I think I posted some photographs earlier on about some Bucaras that came in, the aircraft that came in from the Argentinians over on this section of the map over here, I believe it was, or actually it might have been down near the Gorse Gully, a little bit further back here somewhere, and really jacked up the, well, actually it wasn't that bad, I suppose, but it was interesting. Took a step off one unit and suppressed it, and then the other Bucara had to, or is it Bucara or Pajara, whatever it is, had to abort. And so, it wasn't horrible. Wish it would have been more effective for the Argentinians, but the Argentinians also have been attempting to put all through the 8 a.m., 8:20 and 8:40 turns, putting artillery onto the British forces that have been in the open, in the clear, and visible. We've got clear weather currently, and the last couple of turns, let's see, the weather was a significant factor. 8 o'clock, I note clear weather perhaps? Did not note it down. Look at me and my notes. Nevertheless, the visibility has not been an issue, and we've been able to put down some artillery, but we've also had a lot of no-shoots because the Argentinians are on a really crappy table for artillery spotting to actually see if it's going to fire for effect or not. So that had a big negative effect and really allowed the Allies, the Brits, to advance across open ground, get set, and then look to try and put some suppressing fire on these AA guns. At the very least, they were able to spot artillery fire in on the AA guns, and there were units here. And we put fast fire for the British on the 8:40 turn. We did a fast fire, and that killed 2 of the AA guns, and suppressed a third, and one had one step hit on it. I think they're 2-step units. I'll have to double check that actually, because that might take that out. But nevertheless, very good. So cleared out almost half of the AA guns, which now means that we're feeling a little bit more confident here about making our advance across the open ground. We're going to go around these mines, and we've got a couple of platoons here set up to fire if we need to. In actual fact, I think what I did here was just move them up and then get them out of move mode so they didn't take fire from the flank here. Yeah, those guys have already taken 2-step losses, but they're looking to get up onto this little rise here, and then they'll be looking to shoot into these hexes here, or close assault if they can. In the 0900 turn, and just over here on the right, I'm not supposed to place them yet, but I have. I just put the reinforcements down. They're flown in by helicopter, and they magic source appear within 3 hexes of Goose Green. So I've decided to add them to the tack sheet, the op sheet here for these guys. And they're all in prepared defense, but they'll be under preliminary orders to move and attempt to stack with one of these guys here. So 2 platoons of guys of very mediocre quality, are headed into harm's way, versus I think it makes no sense trying to stack more units into here. We've got a lot of stuff here right now, and I'm concerned about overstacking penalties that might accrue. The only other interesting stuff that occurred that I thought was noteworthy was, per the op plan, we had Company C advancing on Boca and looking to clear. And so, was that B or C? I can't read it from here. And that's on a half a hex. This is B, actually. And I think I think in my op plan I had attached, because there's only 2 units in C, we had attached these boys, and they were clearing off Boca Hill. Pretty tricky to get into there. I took at least 2 steps of losses, sort of moving, flipping to fire mode, then moving these guys up. These chaps would fire back at them during, in Overwatch, and then we'd get some return fire going. So it got a little bit squirrely, but what ended up happening was the SYRs started to pop up because of the poor morale state of the Argentinian forces. They're breaking and running very, very quickly. So we've got 2 units that ran, possibly a third. I think that guy might have already been there. 2 units that ran. Yeah, that's an MG. I don't know why he doesn't have a step loss on him. Oh, that's the mortars. That's the mortars. Sorry, couldn't see it from here. The mortars are back there. So just 1 unit ran. My apologies. And then we lost the Argentinians. You can see their losses here. 3 platoons down, 2 of the AA guns, and then 2 MGs are out. So they're accumulating. That's 3, and that's potential, I guess, if we do this. That's 4 now. 4 now that we would add to the morale rating of the already low 5. That would be morale 9, which means they are going to suppress on an 11 through 34, and it just gets worse after that. They'll actually surrender 65 through 66, which is pretty, 64 through 66. And then they will be paralyzed 51 through 63 in terms of die rolls, right? So good going so far for the Brits. I think that we're a little bit ahead of schedule at the moment. We're on the, as I said, on the 0900 turn. So that's just a quick update. I don't want to belabor the point here with commentary when I'm not actually rolling the dice for you. So let's just give you a quick little feel for the action. There's not a lot of stand up and fight in the Argentinians, and the Brits are resilient to most gunfire. I'll say that, unless they get incredibly unlucky with some die rolls for morale in the 1 and 2 column, which is where it typically ends up being. All right, I shall talk to all of you soon. I'm now going to get on with the 0900 action phase for the Who's Up, for the British. Ciao. Go roll some dice for yourself, right?